Hi, I'm Lily. Today I'm going to read your story. The Big Purple Wonder Book. Reading it to level 3A. The Big Purple Wonder Book. Okay, let's read it. Chapter 1. Something inside a cardboard box called out to Tom. Pick me up, it said. Tom looked round for Mom, but she was sorting through some hats. Pick me up, repeated the voice. It sounded really bossy. Tom began turning over all the things in the box: scarves, funny handbags, bits of lace, and ancient jigsaws. The charity shop lady smiled. Nothing much you'd want in there, love, she said. Then Tom pulled out an old book with a purple cover. That took long enough, grumbled a voice. The book had a dragon stamped on its front. It had gold edges on its pages, a silky red bookmark, and pictures that lay out precious secrets beyond thin, crackly paper. Mom, called Tom, can I have this, please? Depends how much, said Mom, trying on a squeezy velvet hat. The charity shop lady peered over Tom's shoulder. The big purple wonder book, she said. Sounds like fun. She took it for a moment, then she gave it back. £5, she said. She told him, special price, just for you. Okay, we'll take it, said Mom. She hands the hat to the lady. I'll have this too. But Tom held the book close. Now I'm yours, whispered a voice. Aren't you a lucky boy? Said Mom. Chapter 2. On the way home, Tom opened his book and lifted up the tissue on its first cover picture. Hey, look at this, he cried. Watch there. Watch where you're going, Mom told him. You will fall down a hole. Back at the house, Tom's older brother Edward was prancing round the living room to music. Mom sighed. Turn that thing down. Tom showed Edward his book. It talks, he said. It says things. Edward taps Tom on the side of his head. You're bananas, he said. Banana? Yeah. That night, Tom showed it to Mom's new boyfriend, Mike. Mike flipped through the pages without really looking. You've got a bird in there, he said. Tom watched TV for a while. Then he oh then he got bored and picked a fight with Edward. Mom got tough. So, boys, it's time for bed. The bedtime, boys, she yelled. Edward quickly round in the lower bunk. Show us your talking book, he said. I'm reading it, fibbled Top. You can't read, teased Edward. Oh, yes, he can, teased Edward. Oh, yes, he can, the book. Did you hear that? Asked Tom. Of course he didn't, whispered the book. My voice is a secret between me and you. It flipped out some pages. Try one of my stories. Can't, said Tom. I don't like too many hard words. Can't. Don't you know the trick? Don't you know the trick? Oh, what trick? Read all the easy words first, and the hard ones read themselves. Who are you talking to? Called out the Edward. No one, Tom told him. I always knew you were bananas. Edward sniffed. If you do something for me, whispered the book, I will tell you a story. Put your finger under my first word. You breathed. That feels good. Now move it along. The book wiggled. Not too fast, boy. It tickles. Tom slowly moved his finger all along the lines of words and listened to the story the book was telling. He couldn't remember going to sleep, but that night he dreamed of a princess in a tower, of an island in a lake, of a snake, a ship with silver sails, and a dragon that could fly. Chapter 3. Wake up! Mom looked furious. You left your light on all night. So yes, reading exciting book. Tom put on a light all day, all night. Someone got cross and wake up. Mom wasn't usually so cross. Tom got dressed up. Okay. Tom got dressed and went to the kitchen. He's still holding his book. He told me a story, he said. But Mom wasn't listening. Oh, Mom wasn't listening. She was looking weepy. I've lost an earring, she said. One of the special rings that gave Grant to me. Try looking in the bathroom, suggested Edward. I've looked there, sniffed Mom. I've looked everywhere. It's just gone. It's just gone. She glowered at Tom. You are not taking that old book to school? It's a talking book, joked Edward. Well, it is, insisted Mom. Edward went to the hill to his school. What's the book? He demanded. It's yours, said Tom. I bought it at the charity shop yesterday. Let's see. Luke had a look. That whistled. It's ancient, he said. I know, said Tom, and it only cost me 5 pence. Miss Taylor came over. What's that you bought? What did you bought? Ah, Tom shuddered. It's got lovely gold letter, said Miss Taylor, and the soup pictures. That's why I bought it, said Tom. That's why I bought it, said Tom. Oh, so that's why I bought. The rain went on all morning, so they had to stay inside at lunchtime. Luke had chore practice, so Tom was by himself. The book slipped from under his arm and fell into his lap. Want a story? It offered. Don't feel like it. Don't feel like one, said Tom. The book fell on its pages. It's a good story. Put your finger on the line. He sighed. Oh, I do like that. Tom took his hand away. Too many words, he argued. There are witches in this one, the book said softly. I could fix things so you could have some. Witches are stupid, Huffled Tom. Witches aren't real. Why not find out? Okay, Tom said. You don't have to be so bossy. Chapter 4. Tom ran his fingers along the line and the book began its story. Once there was a fisherman. Tom's fingers moved faster and the story began to wiggle. It's tickly, he squealed. Go slower, it ordered. Steve, the class bully, came banging up to Tom. What's the rubbish you've got there? He demanded. It's a book, muttered Tom. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see? Steve put the book hard into Tom's face. Oh, yelled Tom. I hate you, Steve Morris. I wish you'd get lost. I wish you get lost? Oh, I think this magic book will do something because. So let's see. Suddenly the book twisted and turned and rose up in the air. Its bookmark curled like a silky tongue around Steve's head. It licked Steve right up, rose up in the air. Its bookmark scarred like a silky tongue around Steve's Steve's head. It licked Steve's right ear, then it swallowed hard, snapping itself shut. Where's he gone? Guessed Tom. The book called. You could try page 31. Page 31. Okay, Tom continued through the pages until he found page number 31. There was a picture of a boy, and he looked just like Steve. The boy was lost, and he looked just like Steve. Oh, and the boy was lost in a dark forest. Boy was there in the dark forest. Black trees with evil faces twisted and wrinkled and plucked at his hair. The boy looked terrified. Oh, so wish him out of its luck, if you like, said the book, yawning. Uh, After all, you wished him in. Tom gulped. Did I really do that? Francesca came over. Who are you talking to? She asked. No one, said Tom. Then you must be bananas, decided Francesca. Chapter 5. Chapter 5. It went on raining after lunch. Miss Taylor sighed. I wish you'd stop. So do I, said Tom. And suddenly, what will happen? Yeah. And instantly the sun came up, glittering through the classroom windows. Oh no, Tom thought. Not another wish gone. But you don't believe in wishes, said the book. Oh, shut up, whispered Tom. Or I already have, sniffed the book. You see? Yeah, so. Miss Taylor was checking the register. Anyone seen Steve Morris? She asked suddenly. He was here this morning, but she thought that boys more trouble than a barrel load of monkeys. They went out for the afternoon play. The sun was still shining. Tom began to feel awful. Was Steve Morris trapped forever? How many wishes I can have now? He asked the book. 3, of course, I said. Says so right here. It opens itself. Look, and you have 2 already. Yeah, 2 already, and 1 is left. What was the wish for? I know, said Tom, but Tom was thinking hard. Can I have my 3rd wish now? The book waved its silky bookmark. It's your last one, he sang, so make it a good one. Chapter 6. Tom closed his eyes tightly and crossed his fingers. I wish, he said, for a whole lot of new wishes. You can't do that, gasped the book, fluttering its pages. But I just have, said Tom, grinning. He sat down on the bench, and here comes the next one. I wish the Morris wasn't lost. And there's Joseph, blinking and rubbing his eyes. Tom turned the picture on a page 31. The boy in the first wasn't a bit like Steve. He held out the page. Want to see? But Steve backed off. Then Miss Taylor spotted him. Steve Morris, where have you been? Don't know, stuttered Steve. Got lost, didn't I? It worked, thought the Tom, wishes and lots of them. Wow. He tried out one of his extra ones. Cheating, muttered the book, but no good will come of it. But Tom didn't care. I wish I had an ice cream, I thought. And there it was in his hand. Francesca watched him unpeeling the silver wrapper. Give us a bite, she pleaded. Okay, just one, said Tom. Don't drip it all over my cover, grumbled the book. Chapter 7. Back in the Sunfield costume, Tom thought of all the things he could wish for. A puppy, a computer, a new bike, and when he ran out of the wishes, he could always wish for more. Suddenly he remembered Mom and her lost earring. I wish he'd find it, he thought. Then he knitted. Then he added, oh, and I wish my home, My house was filled with 10-pound notes. Oh dear, said the book. You should have read my next story before making that wish. The only called How the Sea Came to be Served. But Tom already knew the story because Miss Taylor had read it. It was about a greedy miller who had a stupid wish. The miller wished his daughter would never stop grinding so that he could get richer and richer and richer. So the miller went on grinding and grinding until everything was covered in a great mountains of salt. Suddenly, Tom saw the house filling up with 10-pound notes. They dozed out of the fridge. They covered up the TV. Then were the pile over the gerbil cage. They filled up the bunk beds and they pushed against the wall. They rose above Mom's face and she began to flap her arms and gasp her air. I wish I had them wished for that, he thought. Chapter 8. The minute school was over, Tom ran outside. He raced up the hill and back down to the street. He bolted up the garden path and pressed heavily on the bell. Open the door. I'm not deaf, she told him with a big panic. Tom felt a bit silly. Oh, you're okay, she urged. I was really hungry. I was just hungry. Sighed and reached for the cake tin. Suddenly, she sat down, shaking her head. I don't believe it, she said, pulling out her earring. I must have come loose when I was putting away my favorite cakes. Tom grinned. So I made you find it. I suppose you did, my love, Mom said. Then Tom wished that Mom had a big bunch of red roses. He waited and waited, but nothing happened. Edward came home. How's your talking book? He did. Guess what? Said Mom proudly. She pointed at the cake tin. Tom helped me find my earring. It worked, said Tom in the book, pointing the book in the bed and the night. You broke the rules, the book whispered. You cheated. I told you. Those extra wishes simply had to stop before it got out of control. Sorry, said Tom. The book ruffled its pages. Anyway, I've got on a story. Will you tell it? Asked Tom. Maybe the book snapped shut. Or maybe not. Oh, please, begged Tom. The book slowly opened at Tom's finger and moved along the lines. Once, the story read. Along the lines, once the story read there was a witch. Tom was puzzled. What's wrong with your voice? Yes, it's funny. The book sighed. It's because it's the popped inside your head. It's not my voice anymore. It's yours. You're reading. Now put your finger back on the line and stop spoiling the story. Wow, said Gordon. You mean I'm reading on my own? A shiver ran down his neck. I can do it. I can do it. And he carried on with the story. Today, I read a story, The Big Purple Wonder Book, reading it to level 3A. This book was fun, isn't it? Okay, bye!